Welcome back to Satisfactory. The objective at the moment is to get a quick and dirty aluminum setup going. We want to be able to refine this stuff, but it's going to require a few specific machines to be placed in advance. One of the things we have to do is we have to tap some quartz off the quartz line. The quartz line is way down here. Let's put a smart splitter here. Well, actually, it doesn't even need to be a smart splitter, to be honest, since we're not really using a lot of quartz. Let's put a regular splitter there. Alright, there's quartz. So alright, we're going to make silica from this quartz. And we need 3 1/3, so let's just overclock this a little bit. Yeah, 50 per minute. Yeah. Well, that should be enough. So 37.5 from here, 50, 37.5 from here. We want 125. Yeah, that's the goal. All right, so this. Oh, there's the bauxite train. So, see, it's leaving right away, but I don't think it has to. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? I can go to the drop-off, and then it can wait for all I care, I can wait for 5 minutes until it's empty. So one of the things we're going to want to set up right away is a refinery. So let's put down a few foundations to place that. And right, so this refinery is going to be making alumina solution from bauxite and water. Looks like they're powered in the back. The water we can get down there, and the bauxite we can get right here. So let's do that. And again, this is a very temporary, quick and dirty setup. This is not meant to be permanent. The tricky thing with the aluminum refining is that it produces wastewater, and that wastewater has to go somewhere or it will stop. So the best way to handle that generally in the beginning, if you don't have the wet concrete recipe, is to limit the amount of water coming in from the extractors. We can do that by isolating just one extractor. These need power, don't they? So probably should get that power going. All right. So how much water do we need? We actually need 1 1/4. So it needs to be overclocked to 125%. Oh, you know what? I got it backwards, didn't I? No, I didn't. That's the output. Oh, it doesn't have the head lift to get it up here. That's the reason. All right, fine. We'll put a pump in there. Here comes the water. And of course, I don't want coal in here, so I screwed that up. I do want coal, but not here. All right, there goes the bauxite. And now we're making a luminous solution and silica as a byproduct. Recall that we're making silica over there. That's one of the tricky things about this process. And I did put it too close to the train station, which is... Maybe I can fix that, maybe I can't. Let's see. There it is, back in business. Now, the next thing that we need is another refinery that's facing the other direction. And this one's going to be making aluminum scrap. So it's going to take the aluminum solution that we've put in and just process that like that. And then it's going to take coal, which is a shame at the moment that I've got these reversed, but that's okay. There we are. Coal is coming in. No power, of course. I'm going to put power up. There we go. And now this is consuming the alumina solution. And I need to underclock this one. This one's going to be running at 65%, no, 63%. We want to have a target production rate, 225. 62.5%. So this is going to produce 75 water per minute. And that water has to go somewhere or it will all stop. And where it needs to go is right here, which is a little frustrating because we don't know. Yeah, I mean, this should be the right amount. We'll see. We'll see. But you can hear from the machines that they've already stopped. And if I want to see why they stopped, it's like this one. Try to remember. Aluminum scrap, yeah. Aluminum scrap has to go somewhere too, which it may not have anywhere to go. And strangely enough, it needs to go in a foundry. So we'll just set up a foundry right here. And remember, it's quick and dirty because we just need to get set up. It's so this is aluminum scrap, which needs to go down here. And this is going to be producing aluminum ingots, which from silica, which is, remember, silica is a byproduct of this thing, so that means I actually need a merger. Okay, so the silica goes in here. And this is making aluminum ingots, which we finally actually have for real. So it's a bit of a process. It's not too terrible, but it can be challenging. And we need to overclock this baby to 250% because we're making enough material to do 150 per minute on here. Now, where was it? Oh, it's way over there. We'll just run an ad hoc conveyor belt over to here. And if I did it right, that will be the right amount by default. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to get more copper. And I'm making copper up here, but I'm probably going to need to upgrade this to a Mark II. Well, I mean, it's hardly using any. Well, it's making 60 per minute, but I need 50 per minute just for this operation. So let's miner Mark II. Oh, that's so cool because it'll take my portable miners from the dimensional depot right for the build. That's very nice. Now the copper. Tricky thing is we have to get the first of all, the aluminum ingots have to be brought out. So let's put this that way. We'll just raise this up a little ways off the ground to here, I think. There we go. Need a constructor. Just a regular constructor right here. And that one's going to making copper ingots. Copper ingots. Come on. Oh, that's right. We need a smelter, not a constructor. There we go. And the input to this can be pretty high up because we're going to use it. We're going to do it from here. Smart Splitter is going to, just in case there's a shortage, we're going to take the left as the default, and the center is going to be the overflow. We'll send that up there. Away it goes. So this will make the copper ingots that we need to merge with the aluminum ingots. And one more assembler. Alright, so maybe I should have made it face that way. Here, let's fix that. Smelter. Alright, that'll make the copper ingots come out this way, and we can put the assembler right here. And this is going to make something called alclad aluminum sheet. You know what? I need 2 of them. Dang it. Didn't realize that. Alright, I think I have a blueprint for that. It would be nice if you could flip blueprints. Alcoid aluminum sheets is going to be overclocked to the max. And this one's also going to be the same. And it looks like they're working. Is this even making enough? No, it needs to be overclocked. We need to produce 50, not 30. Alright, so which way is this going? That way. Alclad aluminum sheets are being produced. And now we need an industrial storage when a regular storage isn't going to cut it. And also a dimensional depot if I can make it, and I cannot because I don't have a Mercer sphere and 10 SAM fluctuators, but we will get there. At the moment, we have to look at our production line and see where things have gone awry. Need aluminum scraps, so that's coming in from here, and that's not getting processed because we don't have enough. Wait, that can't be right. We don't. Is it the water? You gotta love the tooltip. It's water. Right. I never even knew it had tooltips. For the that's cool. That's cool. Oh wait. Did I not? Yeah, I probably didn't handle the water. No, I didn't. The water's coming out here. And the water, yeah, you know what? The water can, that's funny. Watch this. Water can just go right here. So that should work. So the water always has somewhere to go because we're not supplying enough water to fill the needs of this machine. We're supplying exactly the right amount combined with that and that to make the 180 that it wants. So from here we have 150. And over here we have 75. What's 150 plus 75? Oh, you know what I forgot to do. I know what went wrong. I forgot to overclock this machine. This needs to be overclocked to 125%. That's why my numbers didn't line up. Okay, that was 225. So once 225 water, which is 150 plus 75. So now that that's got aluminum alclad, or alclad aluminum sheets, I'll just call them aluminum sheets. I'm just going to take all of these and then I'm going to run back to base with them because we can now use these. And here we are back at base. So I'm going to grab the immerser sphere, assuming I have one. There we go. Because we're going to need that. Let's grab two just to, yeah, two. We're going to make some SAM fluctuators. Also, we're going to check the hard drive status because we've got a hard drive that's done scanning, and that is turned into fine concrete and aluminum beam. Ooh, oh, guess what that means? That means we can make these with aluminum instead of steel, which is very efficient. Yeah. Fine concrete is pretty nice too because we can use silica to make more concrete from the limestone, although, I mean, technically we have unlimited limestone, so it's probably not necessary. So we'll think about that. Probably take this one. We'll put the next hard drive in. We should be able to make dimensional depots. We'll be able to make 2 of them. Yep. One of them I want to actually put over here. And we're going to take this belt here and move that in because I'd like to get circuit boards into my inventory. There they go. Very nice. And the next thing I want to do is I want to queue up the next tech to unlock. So we've got Hoverpack and Logistics 5. Well, we'll do this one now. Actually, we'll do this one first, and then we'll play around with it while we're waiting for this freighter to return. So there's that. And we need 100 modular frames and 100 computers and 250 motors. Oh wow, my inventory is full of junk. We got to clean that out. 100 computers and 100 heavy modular frames are next. Oh dear, we don't have them. Why don't we have them? We don't have them because we're out of regular modular frames. Dang it. This recipe, I have to say, this recipe here that makes the heavy modular frames, this is going away soon because there's a much better way to make these things that's coming. I'm just not set up for it yet because I have... just got to run all the conveyors to the right place. Alright, let's clean out some of this crap. That's much better. Research complete. Let's see what we got. Steel rotor and automated speed wiring. Steel rotor is probably worth looking into. Let's scan the next one. Oh, you know what? Let's make 5 crystal oscillators and 5 high-speed connectors. And then 10 barbershop poles. Aw. Now we can research this. Hostile organism detection.
Hostile organisms added to the object scanner. Note, it cannot detect the species, only aggression. There are many creatures that dislike you, Pioneer, but I am your true friend.
Okay. Thanks. Alright, so that's complete. Deuterium. Oh dear. Well, I'm not going to waste my... You know, I'll show you a recipe. I'll show you a recipe. Let's go to the hard drive library. Not the heavy flexible frame, but the heavy encased frame. I have it on good authority that this is probably the best alt recipe in the entire game. You use far fewer modular frames, fewer resources, and you don't need 120 screws to make one. This makes 3. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's a fantastic recipe, and you know, it's just gonna make making these things so much easier. So I'm absolutely gonna select this as a reward. Yeah, because we won't have to do, you know, bazillions of screws anymore, which is the main reason this is running so slow. In fact, I could fix it right now. I could fix it right this minute. Maybe we should just do that. We'll put one of these guys up here, and then we'll let this one finish. And then we'll pick a different recipe. Alternate heavy encased frame. Now, it needs 4 ingredients rather than 3. Well, no, this last one was 4 as well. It's just very different ingredients. And 3 of them we're already supplying. So we just have to bring concrete in here instead of screws, which is freaking amazing. Let's grab some concrete. Well, we might as well grab a little bit of concrete from here, and we might as well overclock it as well because we want to make these as quickly as we can. 7 per minute. That's just insane. See, this recipe makes 3. I mean, so we're already made 1. It's just in there still. So it won't be very long before this is finished. Yeah, that's really cool. Meanwhile, we have a little bit of time to kill while we're waiting for those. And I don't think I can switch milestones while I've put resources. I don't know if you get the resources back, and I don't want to risk it. So I've already invested resources. And I just have to put the other 50 frames in. I got 30. Which means I'm just really just waiting for 20 more. Oh, it'll be so nice to tear all this down. Mycelia. The only one left is this one. Now, I have the mycelia to do that. So why don't we Why don't we unlock that right now? I just so happen to have 200. All right, let's do it.
Gas Nobelisk unlocked. Chase away creatures with a damaging cloud of gas. Note: also harms unwary pioneers. Not for recreational use.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so that's completed. Power select will not be completed until tier 9. Sulfur, it's got weird stuff like, yeah, nuclear deterrent. That's going to be a while. Smokeless powder. I don't have any extra smokeless powder lighting around. If I had some, I could get 6 more inventory slots, which would be nice. But remember, that requires, I think, heavy oil residue and a refinery to make that, which is annoying. Turbo fuel. We still haven't unlocked turbo fuel yet, which might be a good idea. But we're not in a hurry. I'm in a hurry for other recipes, but not turbo fuel. So this can stay as it is for a while. I'll get to this later, and I'll just work through these as I explore. So that means it's time for another hard drive scan. Look at that, 20. That's what I wanted. Alright, this is going to be... this is one of my favorite toys in the entire game. Because it makes building so much easier. You know, layout and stuff. There it goes.
Milestone reached. The Hoverpack draws energy from nearby power connections, and so can only be used in their vicinity. It provides an excellent vantage point of your work, which you clearly need. Otherwise, you would have optimized that obvious problem by now.
Snarky snark snark. Ada is definitely Snarky McSnark's face. Oh, you clearly need it. Okay, so what are we going to do with a Hoverpack? Well, let's build one and find out. Hoverpack. Body equipment. There we go. Oh, all right. So we need 8 computers and 10 heavy modular frames. Okay. There's 15, 17, whatever, 8, 19. Yeah, it's quick. I love that alternate recipe is so good. Wait. Computers as well. Thank you. There's a reason that the Hoverpack is saved for this late in the game because it's such a game changer. Alright, here we are. So if I put the Hoverpack on instead of the parachute, I can fly like the jetpack, but it only costs electricity rather than jetpack fuel. And you can hover, which is fantastic. You'll notice that as I move around, these little white lines connect to me. That's a power connection. If you get too far away from any power connections, it just cuts off. Like, well, let's switch to that one. So now let's switch to that one. Wow, it's got quite a range to it. That's cool. This is as high as it will let me go. Ooh. Look at that. I got up here. I've never been up here. And there's literally nothing up here. Oh, but we're very close to the top of that thing. That's interesting. What a view. Alright, so Hoverpack does not work up here because there's no power. That's the whole point. But now it's working because I'm within range of power. So it's fantastic. It's just fantastic. So you can see there's the copper node that I haven't even tapped into yet. That's a pure one. As I get over here, it might cut out. Let's see. Oh, now it's cut out. It's finally cut out. Now, it doesn't drop you like a rock. It drops you kind of slow. So you do have some maneuvering time to get back into the range of one of your power poles if you happen to stray away. It's very cool. I mean, look at, you can see the base is just ridiculous. This whole thing, all of this is going to be taken down. I got better builds for all of it. And there's the freighters coming back. So it's time for the next one. Logistics Mark 5, and that's going to be another game changer. You get Mark 5 belts. Now, Mark 4 belts do 480 items per minute, which is pretty damn fast. But Mark 5 belts do 780. Or is it 720? I think it's 780. 780. Oh yeah, it says 780 right here. So, yeah, it's a lot. It's almost double. So we're going to select that milestone and we're going to pop in what does it want? Reinforced iron plate 600? Yeah, it's pricey, but it's worth it. It just wants more of these encased industrial beams. Oh, also, I need to, a word of warning. The Hoverpack, you'll notice that the Hoverpack is connecting to power sources even though I'm not flying. That's right. The Hoverpack uses 100 megawatts if it's on your back at all. So it's always best to switch it off if you don't want to consume the power. If you don't mind consuming the power, then it doesn't really matter. So here we go. Logistics Mark 5 is ready. This is a big deal.
Milestone reached. Fixit dedicated this milestone to the conveyor belt and lift Mark 5. They may be implying that your factory could be further optimized. While they are correct, I believe they are setting unreasonable expectations. Having all of humanity very definitely relying on your work is a lot of pressure. It's a good thing I'm here.
Wow, okay. She's so narcissistic. Yeah, so those are the main things that I really wanted to push for, is to unlock both of those. I want the Mark 5 belts and I want the Hoverpack. But there's one more thing I really have to do before it's complete. First, we're going to put these away. Oh, you know what? I need those stem fluctuators. What we need to do is we need to go back to the aluminum sheets, and we need to put those in the dimensional depot. Ooh, the memory switch is done. Now watch this. Hoverpack engaged. So the reason the Hoverpack is so bloody cool is because you can literally hover over your build like this and build it. You can build things accurately, and you don't have to jump and maneuver and slide and get around everything is completely beautiful about building from this vantage point. It's just amazing. See, like here we're going to make a dimensional depot, and we're going to put it over here, and then we're going to put a lift from there to there. And so you can see the aluminum sheets. See how nice this is? This is very nice. So let's see how many we've got. It's actually doing really well. It's still making them. It hasn't got stuck yet, which is a good sign. That's the main thing all that balancing act was doing earlier, is preventing getting jammed up. So this is going to pop 3 stacks of that stuff into my dimensional depot, which means that we can finally upgrade the hotbar from tier 4 to tier 5. So let's go to logistics. And we have new, and that's going to go in number 3, and that's going to go in number 4. And that's all you got to do. So let's do a little bit of comparison. See how easy this is? It's amazing. It's just amazing. All right, let's do a comparison. Conveyor belt 1, conveyor belt 2, 3, and finally 5. Ooh, achievement. The floor is lava. Avoid touching the ground for 30 minutes. I think it's cumulative. Yeah, Hoverpack makes it easy to not touch the ground. But anyways, so here you can see the difference between all the belts. So the belts, and they each have their own unique look on the side, and thickness of the sidewall. Although it seems that 4 and 5 have identical sidewalls. Although 5 has an extra, like, little rod on the side there. Even the texture of the belt itself is a little different. This is just insanely fast. 780 per minute. So, like, to recap, it's 30. No, it's 60. The first one starts at 60 per minute. 120, 270, 480, and 780. And then there's believe it or not, there's a Mark 6 now with 1.0, and that's not unlocked for a long time. So I'm not going to worry about it. Mark 6 looks entirely different, and it goes ridiculously fast. So that's that. I think we're pretty much done for this episode. This is plenty. This is an amazing milestone in the game to get the Hoverpack and the Logistics 5, and also the Conveyor 5s use aluminum sheets as their ingredients. So it requires 1 aluminum sheet per conveyor belt, which means we'll no longer be using encased industrial frames. We're going to be using these guys to make our conveyor belts, which is why we need this to keep running. You know, I will buff this whole thing up later with a more permanent solution, but until then, that's it. So, all right. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.